The Honda CR-V is very much a flagship car, well, especially for Honda. It's a spacious SUV with that premium twist. So when Honda unveiled their latest CR-V model, you kind of knew what to expect. However, their latest flagship car has a few tricks up its sleeve. You see, the latest CR-V has a rather different design, starting with the front grille. The previous CR-V started to feel a bit dated. I mean, it was still a good design nonetheless, you know. If you still own that car, then fair play, it is a good car. I'm not having to go at you. However, it did start to feel a bit dated and it looked a bit Stormtrooper. Whereas this is bold, it's aggressive, and also feels fairly in line with the HR-V and also the all-new ZR-V. It is an aggressive look, gives it a bit of a sporty edge despite it being, you know, a mid to large size SUV. More for your families or someone who wants a premium drive rather than being a sporty SUV, but it does give it that edge. And the fact that it is in line with the HR-V and ZR-V just almost feels like it's a new time for Honda. The rest of the front is very SUV-esque. Bold, grand, that premium edge. LED headlights and daytime running lights which come as standard, and active cornering lights. Coming down the side of the 2023 Honda ZR-V, and on the surface it looks a lot bigger than the previous model, and that's because it is, well, ever so slightly in length anyway. It's just a bit bigger in terms of length than the previous model. In terms of height and its width, it actually fares a little bit shorter, so it makes it just that little bit easier on the average day-to-day drive. Coming to the wheelbase, and this is another area of the new CR-V which is actually bigger than the previous generation. Now this is because of the advanced powertrain that this car now implements, which we'll come on to later, don't you worry about that. The CR-V comes with 18-inch alloy wheels across the board, varying in style depending on the spec level that you choose. Other design variations on the exterior are the shark fin antenna, which for entry and mid-spec you get body colour, and the top you get black. Same goes for the grille, the top spec is solid black, whereas the entry and mids come with black and chrome. Coming to the back of the 2023 CR-V, and this is where the old styling comes into fruition. It's that classic CR-V shape, it's quite square, looks a little bit boxy from the back. Alright, they've got rid of that chrome strip that goes right across, which, like I said at the front, did start to look a bit outdated. Gone for that body colour, which I do think looks much better, but the shape of the rear lights, the whole shape of the back end of this car, that little spoiler effect, it is a good design, but it does feel classic CR-V. Down here you have that, what you might think is dual exhaust. However, there's not even two. There's just one in that one. That one's just a bit of mesh effect, which some people might not like that idea, but it makes it look good. And if you weren't a car enthusiast or didn't know about the Honda CR-V and you notice that on the roads, you're not really going to spot it. Now, with the CR-V being Honda's flagship model, then you expect an impressive size boot space, and for a car of this size then you probably want an impressive boot space, which you do get with the new CR-V. The new CR-V comes with up to 617 litres of boot capacity, which is actually bigger than Toyota RAV4 and VW Tiguan, which is actually quite nice to know. This is a very impressive boot space. Now what is interesting about this is because this is a top spec, the plug-in hybrid model, which we'll get onto soon, don't you worry about that. This has the 617 litres of boot space. However, the entry and mid-spec only have 579 litres, which is still an impressive amount of boot space. You know, 579 compared to 617, you're not really going to notice that much difference. But you're probably thinking, where's that extra space come from? Well, that is actually because of the powertrains. The Honda CR-V is a hybrid SUV, which you come to expect nowadays, the way the car industry is going, and also the fact that this car starts from £46,000, so I think it would be a bit cheeky of Honda not to implement a hybrid system with this car. Now, the entry and mid-level spec come with a full hybrid, self-charging hybrid as it's otherwise known, which is part of Honda's impressive EHEB system, which is seen in the all-new Civic, the HR-V and the all-new ZR-V. This hybrid system consists of a 2-litre petrol engine and is in fact all-wheel drive. So I think an entry-level car that has all-wheel drive is pretty good going. Now, with this being the top spec, it actually has another powertrain option. Because this is a plug-in hybrid, you still have that same 2-litre petrol engine, however, it is only 2-wheel drive. This plug-in hybrid system can travel up to 82 miles from a full charge, and to get from 0 to 100% only takes 2.5 hours using your standard 7kW charger, which isn't exactly too bad. It might be a hybrid SUV, but is it good out on the road? I would say so. It has that very typical SUV driving experience in that it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's not exactly exciting, it's not fast and furious, however, it's very pleasant. A maximum 0 to 60 time of 9.4 seconds, 335 newton meters of torque. So yeah, it's not exactly thrills, but when you're driving an SUV and an SUV of this size, you're shouldn't really be expecting to feel like you're driving Le Mans. Saying that though, it does have some good kick off the line. You know, the way that hybrid system works, it means you can start up in full EV mode, and there is actually an EV button in the center console, so you can switch to that. Although if you've not got charged, like it just beeps at me now, then obviously it's going to click out of it. But the fact it can start up in full EV, you can switch to full EV mode, then you get that EV type driving experience in the sense it has that instant torque, you know, that instant response, which I think for an SUV of this size, I think it's a really good addition. To have an SUV that's not a hybrid and that doesn't have that sense of electrified driving, it can feel a bit sluggish. But this definitely doesn't. You know, the CR-V really has captured that SUV essence in the sense that it's a comfortable drive, it's reliable, and it's a very pleasant driving experience, which is exactly what CR-V stands for. That last one I had to pull out of the bag. But in all seriousness, it is all of those things. It is a smooth and comfortable drive. The fact that you have them fully electric seats, so it means you get any dram position you want. You can actually save the dram position. There's 2 save seating positions. And the fact you have the nice extras like heated seats, heated steering wheel, just makes it all around pleasant experience. And when it comes to reliable, that is due to the amount of safety features that comes with the CR-V. Now, Honda are renowned for having a car jam-packed full of safety features. I mean, if Honda was a person, then there'd be that really boring health and safety inspector. However, they are very vital and always do the job perfectly, because the Honda CR-V comes with an array of safety features, too many to go through, in fact, because this video would end up being about half an hour and you probably would be sick of me by then. So it comes with your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, lane departure warning, rear view camera, and also the mids and high spec also comes with that 360 parking cameras, which can also be easily toggled on your indicator here. Now, there is a button in your center console by your automatic gear shifter, which they have that classic Honda look in it, not that awkward gear stick that you sometimes get. Just nice buttons, very flush to the center console. That means it's the automatic parking. So what we're going to do is we're going to test out this automatic parking. I am going to make sure there's no cars around because I don't want an insurance claim filed by me. So if we find a nice parking spot, I'm going to test it out. Apply the brake and press the switch. Done. I am now not doing anything. The car is doing this all by itself. Now it's going to reverse. To be fair, I give it a bit of a tricky one to go into. It is doing it by itself. This should be the last one. Swinging in. It's going. It's going. We've made it perfectly in the middle. Well done, Honda. The parking pilot feature is only available on the plug-in hybrid option. However, all 3 specs come with the exact same safety features, which is one of many things that come as standard on the new CR-V. Because you get panoramic sunroof as standard, smart keyless entry as standard, and not to mention smart ignition start. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and not to mention wireless phone charging as standard. Heated seats and heated steering wheel as standard. Ooh. And not to mention adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist as standard. Since we've exhausted that joke, let's talk interior of the new CR-V, and it is a nice space to be. It feels very premium, it's comfy. All your infotainment screen, drive display all very clear, all nice displayed out. Plenty of storage. One thing I will say is that's a little bit underwhelming. It feels like it's going to be this massive storage compartment and it is only a little bit in there. And this does feel a bit flimsy. There's a little bit of cheap plastic about in the centre console, a bit scratchy plastics, but has the nice chrome finishes, has that very Honda-esque grills along the air vents, nice little chrome strips. I will say I do think it's a massive advancement from the previous CR-V. However, I just wish Honda did a little bit more of their interior. It does feel a bit safe. It feels quite corporate. I feel like they could maybe add some blue accents or some nice, you know, different colour stitching. Saying that though, it is nice. It does have a premium feel. The infotainment screen is really responsive, comes with the usual built-in navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, like I mentioned. The rear view cameras are all very clear because obviously this is the top spec. It comes with them 360 parking cameras and also that lane watch feature, which is that blind spot monitoring. Climate controls has them nice dials with mini screens on, so it's not only an infotainment screen, it's them old school dials, but has that nice chrome finish, that mesh effect, which is uniform with your air vents. Automatic gear shifters, all nice laid out. I like a little chrome finish round, but again, just think it could do a bit more. Being the top spec, the seats are full leather. They are comfy, fully electric with 2 safe seating positions, so if you're sharing it with a partner or even a friend, then you can easily get in. Although I don't know who just sat here I've just put it on number 2, and this is the most upright position ever. Look at this. How's this? Who drives like this? Who's comfy? What's number 1? Is that better? Oh, it appears Peter Crouch. I can't even put the pedals down. It appears Peter Crouch is in number 1. Number 2, I don't know who it is, but either way, it's not what I want. Get it back to normal seat position. So overall, it is a nice place to be. Just wish they did a bit more. Coming to the back, and well, it is the same old story in the sense that it has that leather interior, feels quite safe. There's nothing much really going on. It is very spacious, I will say that. The fact that this is a hybrid SUV and not actually a full electric, the fact that the floor is very flat, there's only a small little ridge in the middle, means that for 3 passengers it would be very comfy. There's lots of shoulder width, decent amount of headroom. Also, because this is the top spec, actually the mid spec has this feature as well. It comes with rear heated seats. You have 2 USB sockets and the air vents for the back. You also have a fold down tray table, nice leather wrap with 2 cup holders, although I feel like they're a bit awkwardly placed. They're slap bang in the middle, so if you are just using it as an armrest, your elbow's gonna be like this. It's not exactly comfy, it's been nice to pop out there, but beggars can't be choosers. You definitely could do a long road trip in this, I must say, and for the fact that you've got a recliner seat, so you didn't have really much in the boot and you wanted a nice kip, then that is very comfy, I must say. Oh. Anyway, I've got to finish this video, so I mean, it is a really comfy place to be. I could go for a nap now, I'm not going to lie. And you can easily pull them back up, although I've gone way too far. And also, not to mention, as well as the seats being recliner, you can actually move them to be further back or further forward, depending on how much space you want in the boot and how long your legs are. So, if you want a pleasant drive and you are tall, then you're going to have lots of space. To be honest, because I'm short, I could probably do that and it'd be quite cosy. Do that, pull it back. Oh, that's me sorted. Finally, let's talk cost, probably one of the main factors for you saying yes or no to a car. Now, the new CR-V starts from £46,000 and goes up to just over the £52,000 mark. So it is one of the more expensive Honda models in the lineup. It is a premium SUV with a full hybrid system. However, that entry level, the fact that it comes with all-wheel drive, is a self-charging hybrid, so there's no need to faff about plugging in. And also the fact that it comes with all them safety features as standard, and not to mention panoramic sunroof, 18-inch alloy wheels, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, reversing cameras, heated seating, steering wheel. So even the entry-level spec, you're going to get a premium drive. And if you are interested in the new CR-V, then contact one of our free Holcroft Honda dealerships. These can be found in Cheshire Oaks, Stoke and Warrington.